Hey guys, what is going on? This is Wrestlelamia back with another episode. Tonight reportedly marks the first edition of Smackdown Live with Eric Bischoff serving as Executive Director of Creative. How will ATM Eric do on the blue brand? Join us now as Wrestlelamia looks at the results for the 16 July 2019 edition of Smackdown. Smackdown is coming to you live from Worcester, Massachusetts. Tom Phillips, Byron Saxton, and Corey Graves are calling the action. Earlier in the show, Kevin Owens arrives and meets with Shane McMahon. Shane O'Mac tells KO that there will be a town hall meeting tonight with all the Smackdown superstars. Kevin asks if Shane is going to listen to what he has to say, and McMahon says he and his family run the WWE, not Owens. Things deteriorate, and KO is given the night off. Highlights air of the Extreme Rules match between Roman Reigns and The Undertaker versus Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre. The SmackDown superstars are on the stage for tonight's town hall meeting with Shane McMahon. Shane tells everyone that Kevin Owens gave him the idea for tonight's meeting and he's open to anyone's suggestions as long as they're respectful. Roman Reigns says no one respects Shane and that Shane can kiss his ass. Shane tells the big dog he's going to be fined. Charlotte praises Shane and the McMahon family for all the chances they've given her, but Liv Morgan mocks her and the two begin sparring verbally. This continues with the heels siding with Shane and the babyfaces supporting Kevin Owens' statement last week that Shane has been hogging the spotlight and denying them their chance to shine. The New Day agree, and Kofi says that while he's no Kevin Owens fan, he says KO made some excellent points. The dreadlocked Dynamo points out how long it took him to get a WWE Championship opportunity, but Kofi's microphone cuts out. Shane apologizes for the so-called technical difficulties and ends the meeting. CESARO shows up and says that he's invoking the wildcard rule to challenge Aleister Black tonight. Shane grants the match and tells everyone this shows he doesn't have to rule with an iron fist. Seconds later, Kevin Owens attacks and lays Shane out with a stunner before escaping into the crowd. A decent opening segment, but let's hope WWE doesn't return to weekly cold opens featuring a long talk segment. While KO's attack wasn't unexpected, it was still a lot of fun, and this was a good way to set up some of tonight's matches. Aleister Black vs. CESARO. Another good match between the Swiss Cyborg and the Dutch Destroyer, as both big men prove equally adept at technical wrestling and brawling. Both superstars get in their fair share of offense, but in the end, CESARO misses a splash and Black ends the bout with the Black Mass. Your winner, Aleister Black. A good bout, but this continues WWE's bad habit of repeating the exact same match right after a pay-per-view. Both men can go, so why not build things up for a rematch the following week or even at Summerslam? Even a non-finish like a double disqualification or a double countout would have made things more interesting for a rematch. Now it's been established that Black can beat CESARO anytime he wants. Shane is backstage with Dolph Ziggler, and Ziggler says they need to take care of Owens. Ziggler says he wants Owens in the ring, but McMahon says KO is probably gone by now. Ziggler says a main event match might bring him back, and Shane tells him if he can do it, the match is his. Charlotte Flair vs. Liv Morgan. Charlotte takes Morgan to school, and although Morgan gets a near fall, Flair shows her why she's the gold standard of wrestling, powerbombing her and locking in the figure 8 for the submission. Your winner, Charlotte Flair. After the match, Liv is crying and says Charlotte was right, and she needs to make some changes, promising to be real when she returns. Now that the Wyatt Squad have been split up, don't be surprised if Morgan changes her character. Dolph Ziggler looks for someone to help him get Kevin Owens' phone number. Ember Moon is ready for her tag match against Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose. She says she has a tag team partner as promised. Ember Moon and BAYLEY vs. Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. The SmackDown Women's Champion is teaming with Moon tonight to take on Ember's persistent foes, Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. Rose and Deville are a strong team and give both the champ and Moon a run for their money. Ultimately, Moon hits the Eclipse on Mandy for the 1-2-3, while BAYLEY stuns Sonya with a belly-to-belly. Your winners, Ember Moon and BAYLEY. After the match, BAYLEY says she's glad to be done with Alexa Bliss and wants to fight a new opponent, someone with charisma and bent on championship success. That someone, BAYLEY says, is Ember Moon. Ember says yes. Another good sign for the women's division is WWE gives some time and uses the Blue Brand's women's champion in roles where she can lend some credibility to other stars. Bayley's title shot offer was a novel way to set up a match between the Hugger and Ember. Newly crowned Intercontinental Champion Shinsuke Nakamura is celebrating and promises to rain down chaos. Mustafa Ali shows up and congratulates Nakamura before leaving. The New Day are celebrating Xavier Woods and Big E winning the Smackdown Tag Team Championship from Daniel Bryan and Rowan, along with Kofi Kingston retaining his WWE Championship against Samoa Joe. The New Day mock what Daniel Bryan's announcement will be tonight and offer Bryan and Rowan a rematch tonight. Daniel Bryan is supposed to make a big announcement tonight and makes his way out to address the fans. However, Bryan and Rowan exit without saying anything. Bryan repeats this twice with nothing to be said. This was a waste of time, there's no other way to describe it. Samoa Joe makes his way out and says that since Kofi's backup dancers are being so generous with title shots, why not give Joe a rematch tonight? However, ELIAS shows up and says Joe had his chance at Extreme Rules and he's more deserving. Not to be outdone, the Viper makes his way out and demands a title shot against Kofi. The New Day challenge the three would-be contenders to a six-man tag match, but Orton balks at the suggestion. The WWE Champion says Randy said he'd be ready, but it appears that the Viper has gone limp. The New Day vs Samoa Joe, Randy Orton, and ELIAS. Good six-man tag team match, and the heels steal a win when Randy Orton hits an RKO on Kofi to win the match. Your winners, Samoa Joe, Randy Orton, and ELIAS. This could be a good way to build up a Randy Orton vs Kofi Kingston match at Summerslam for the WWE Championship. If so, it shows the WWE is starting to think outside the box and setting up title matches. A win in a tag match over a champion is one way of building up a one-on-one match, but it's something we often don't see in WWE. Women's Tag Team Championship match The Iconics Peyton Royce and Billie Kay vs the Kabuki Warriors Asuka and Kairi Sane with Paige. A short match that sees the champions take a powder when things are looking bleak. Your winners by countout, the Kabuki Warriors. Not much of a match, but this is all build-up for a title match at SummerSlam. Apollo Crews vs Andrade with Zelina Vega. Andrade attacks Crews before the match begins, looking for any advantage. Crews wins the match with a crucifix pin. Your winner, Apollo Crews. Kevin Owens vs Dolph Ziggler. Ziggler apparently got in touch with Owens as the main event is on. Owens goes for another quick win with the stunner, but Ziggler escapes and it's on. The two continue battling as Shane McMahon shows up, surrounding the ring with several WWE superstars. Dolph lands the zigzag, but KO kicks out. Stunner to Dolph after Kevin blocks a super kick. Shane O'Mac pulls Kevin Owens out of the ring, looking to beat him down, but Owens turns the tables and drops McMahon with a stunner before exiting through the crowd. Your results? A no contest. After the match, Shane promises that Owens will pay. Tonight's show was okay, but it seemed to fall back into the trap of long talk segments. The good thing is that WWE continues to build up its pay-per-views and its undercard. Both Raw and SmackDown continue to show improvements week after week, but both shows still have a long way to go before they become must-see TV. And now on to your news. Jeff Hardy update. It seems that Jeff Hardy's arrest for public intoxication came after Brother Nero was found passed out in a stairwell, smelling of alcohol. TMZ.com added further details to the story it broke over the weekend. Hardy was busted down in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina this weekend for allegedly being drunk in public. Now we've obtained police docs that say Hardy admitted to drinking vodka before cops found him passed out in a stairwell. Hardy was facing a misdemeanor charge of public intoxication, but we've now learned Jeff ain't facing more trouble in the case. Court officials tell us, because Hardy paid a $153 ticket for public intoxication, his case is considered closed. Of course, there is a small chance Jeff could fight the ticket in court later this month, but doesn't seem that'll be likely considering he's not facing a conviction on his record. What did you think of tonight's show? Be sure to leave your comments, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll see you next time for some more wrestling content.